So Soulmates is a peer mentoring program that's fairly new at the Dana-Farber. It was started around the start of the year, and it matches women who have been previously diagnosed with breast cancer with women who are going through treatments at the same time. I think it's more unique than other peer mentoring programs because it really encourages getting together, you know, a lot of face-to-face contact, not just phone calls. And
so how long have you guys been together through this thing?
Since February.
Yeah.
Since February. Because we just met you. You guys act like you've been friends for years. Like you went to high school together.
I feel like I've been friends with her for years. I remember after one of our first phone calls, my husband asking me, like, who were you talking to? And I said, that was Noelle. And he said, it's as if you were talking to one of your best friends. I feel like I've known her forever.
I guess the way my brain works, I think, what if Soulmates, accidentally fixed you up with someone who's like a jerk? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you guys seem like the nicest people, so you're lucky. But what if you met someone who wants Cecil the lion to be killed or something like that? Would you be able to get along with them just because you have the shared kind of experience?
The truth is probably not.
Okay, good.
Good answer.
Good.
I'm glad I have her.
You're both lucked out, and your families are just meeting for the first time.
Yes,
right?
our families. Noelle and I have obviously met a number of times, but our families, this is the first time they're meeting. Yeah.
So, Melissa, how did things go for you when you first found out about the diagnosis? I mean, where were you? What were you thinking?
I was actually at work. I knew that I was trying to keep life as normal as possible as I was waiting for the results. And I also knew that I didn't want my doctor to make me come in. And I got the phone call, and it was obviously devastating. And the first thing I thought of was the 3 boys. Like, what's going to happen? How's this going to go? You know, the kids are so young. And we, within a week, were at Dana-Farber and figuring out what the course of action was going to be and figuring out what the next steps were. It was a really, really hard. I mean, it's still hard, and it's still, I don't know if it's fully set in. It's been 7 months, but, you know, it's a really tough thing to hear. Your life goes from 1 minute, it is, okay, I'm at work and I have a meeting at 2 o'clock, to, oh my gosh, I have cancer. What's tomorrow going to bring? What's next year going to bring? So
what do you do for work?
I work for the district attorney's office in Worcester at the Children's Advocacy Center.
So you think, your first thought was the 3 boys, and 2, 4, 6. It's not a conversation with the 2-year-old. I'm thinking, so it's 4 and 6-year-old. You want to talk about it. How did you talk about it with them? We actually decided, my husband and I, up front and very early on, that we were going to be very honest with them, and obviously in an age-appropriate way. So we waited till right around when the surgery was going to happen, and I was going to be away from the house for a couple days, and we explained that I was going to be going into the hospital, that I had some cells in my body that turned bad, and the doctor said to take them out, and that it was called cancer. And we've been taking it little steps at a time with them, explaining every step of the way. They just came to my radiation appointment with me today, and they got to see the machine and meet the doctors. And for me and for my husband and for our family, we knew right off the bat that we wanted to be very open and honest with them, as their ages would permit and be appropriate.
Now, Noelle, you've been going through this a little longer than Melissa has.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you kind of the mentor in this relationship, or is it kind of a co-mentorship?
I'm supposedly the mentor, but and I didn't realize when I signed up, I get so much back from Melissa. There's like a shared language of experience between us. Like, it's just different when you tell someone you're having a bad day and they've sat in that chair and they've walked that path before. And I say the same things to my husband, and then I say, you don't understand, and I have to call Melissa.
Call her up, she'll understand.
So is it that there's nobody else in your life that can relate to the shared tragedy that you two have? Is that sort of the dynamic here?
I think it's that, and also both Melissa and I were in our 30s at diagnosis, and this is a time in our lives, we're professional women, we're wives, we have young children, where I think the match for us was really perfect, because we share that experience as well. It's like, for me, it was not only worrying about my diagnosis and treatment, it was, how is this going to impact my kids? How is this going to impact my career? And, and how am I going to manage all of this?
And what was the answer? I asked Melissa what she did for work. What do you do for work, and how did it impact your career?
I'm a research manager at Harvard Medical School, and so we actually do quite a bit of cancer research, and we collaborate with the Dana-Farber. So I have to say they're an outstanding employer, and they're very understanding, obviously, of what we were going through. And I think both Melissa and I have terrifically supportive communities and husbands and families and employers, but there's still this Soulmates program is just that one extra thing,
Turn your microphone on, Dale, you rookie. and I got to ask you at this point, Melissa, how's it going? Because you guys look great.
Thank you. It's going as well as can be. I mean, I think I did really well with treatment. I knew what to expect, and that's part of why this has been so important for me. I wasn't going into it blind, and I had my doctor, Dr. Burstein, who's so fabulous, and I had nurses, and I had a whole team that was so good about telling me what to expect and when to expect it. But it was hearing those things from Noelle and knowing that I could call her and say, is this something that you experienced, that really made it. I don't know how I would have gotten to the place that I'm at, and I don't know how I would have the positive outlook and attitude that I have if I didn't have Noelle. It's been amazing. It's
been great meeting both of you, meeting both the crews back there over your shoulder. I get a kick out of the fact that they met each other today for the first time as well. My second chance through this, Noelle Peters, thank you very much. Melissa Angiolillo, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much. It's great to meet both you guys. Thank you so much for coming in here and sharing your stories with us.
Thank you.
Nice meeting
Thank you guys. Please make a gift by calling 877-738-1234 or go online to jimmyfund.org. Help us reach our goal of $100,000 by 6 p.m. A gift of $100 could provide customized back-to-school kits that help our pediatric patients overcome learning obstacles that result from treatment. We say that goal for $100,000 by 6 p.m., but really that's the baseline. Please make those phones ring. 877-738-1234 is the telephone number. 877-738-1234.